Good day, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Business Spotlight. I am Scott McMeans with Action Coach SBL, and I am blessed today to be with Dusan Simic from
Hi
Two
guys.
Immersive. He's from Two Immersive for you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the microphone and camera over to Dusan so he can explain about his business, a little bit about himself, and then we'll get into the discussion. So, Dusan, please introduce yourself.
Hey, thank you. My name is Dusan. I'm a co-founder in a company called Immersive for You. We are pioneering the viewership experience. In the first year of our of the existence of the company, we scored Emmy nomination in interactive media. Later, in 2 years, we scored three Telly Awards in New York, and in the field of branded content and 360 videos, which was really awesome since there was like Samsung, Al Jazeera, Bloomberg, and yeah, I have a background in audio video technologies. I have a bachelor degree. Also, I started from my native Eastern European home, Serbia. We started this journey when I sold my condo prior to COVID, a couple of months prior to COVID, and I thought that that's a great opportunity to start a business. Called a couple of friends. There was George Radmilovic, who is an SE engineer and a label owner. And I've met Filip Milinkovic, who was working as a consultant in local hub. So three of us became like co-founders of Too Immersive for You.
Outstanding. The fact that you have won awards going up against some of the biggest interactive media companies, that's impressive. Walk me through a little bit of how you got to be on stage winning an award when you just started a couple of years ago and now all of a sudden you're winning awards. So walk me through that. How's that
Yeah.
work out?
So first of all, I have a background in the music industry. I had a contract with Sony. I was working with my band Itch in production and as a manager. I was also a songwriter, like one size fits all. It's like that in the music industry. We had a lot of prior people involved with our band, from designers, lawyers, smaller labels, indie labels, booking management companies and so on. But we kind of started thinking when we were working on one of the songs, because I love the artists that are like innovative, like from the time of Beatles, like I'm the Walrus, what they did with their their video in editing and like just how they directed the video. That was really awesome. And then Beyonce, when she uploaded, I think it was 2000 and was it 5, when she first uploaded like the first video, music video on YouTube. So I was always like learning more and more about these innovators in music. So we just have the idea like, hey, what's going on with TVR videos right now? And we determined that most of the companies right then, they had like a strict narrative, so to speak, meaning that you're just in a point of view and that's how you perceive the whole story, and that's it. So we started experimenting a little bit with movie elements, which we are also big fans of cinema, and adding to that, then we discovered that people actually also like to watch VR content in 180. And at critical point, our company decided to take a totally different approach, and that was like, why would we use VR? Let's create these videos just without VR, because let's say if I send you the link, you're going to need a whole day till you go at home and try VR, right? And try
Mhm.
what it what content I've sent you. And with this approach, you can just get the link, watch it on your everyday devices, mobile, laptops, tablets, whatever. So that was kind of our contrarian thinking, so to speak.
Well, it sounds like you have an opportunity with your experimentation to take current and possible concepts and draw up something brand new or something that people have not seen and that draws them further into what you're promoting or what you're interacting with, and
Mhm.
allows people to really think, okay, there's a different way of doing this. Therefore, I want to use Dual Immersive for you for the different programming I'm trying to get done. Is that a good assessment?
Yeah, I would say, but also that depends on like what would customer like to do, because again, our videos can be watched in VR, but we are just assessing the situation that VR didn't get the hype that it was like coming, that everybody thought it's going to, take over the world, like in all the sci-fi movies. It didn't happen. It became a niche thing, and after that I think that also I think that's just um, one of the elements of the whole industry. What's happening, you have VCs that are every year trying to make another hype with AI, then with augmented reality. Before that it was VR. And I think to some degree that's not very good strategic thinking, because you didn't explore one technology and what it can do. They're trying now to put the AI, so to speak, in the same field as metaverse. And I don't like the idea of metaverse from the beginning. I think the idea of blockchain is, I think it's limited. And in that idea of blockchain, let's say I need to send you something which is like stored in block, it is interchangeable. Everybody who became like a middleman in that technology, it defies its purpose to be peer-to-peer. So I think that metaverse as a concept was just something that marketers tried to overblown, but they never played video games. So metaverse was always there. And yeah, you need to figure out, you need to be in contact with a lot of industries. You need to read to have all the concepts kind of, I would say maybe um, inclined with where you at, to be kind of realistic, even you're at the same time trying to bring something new.
Okay. Now, with your organization, you have such a drive towards, as I said before, taking current and the possible technologies or current and possible concepts to
Mhm.
build something new. How is it that you incorporate the human element into your business?
Hmm, that's a great question. Well, I'm always for no bullshit approach. That's, at least that's my philosophy. I think if in different environments, I think they're just nurturing some kind of passive aggression, and that's not my like philosophy in working. So I salute companies. They can maybe take all those concepts and bring in together, like have great cultural environment, and have a great product. But in my opinion, it will kind of leak out somewhere, when you're trying to do a lot of balancing as a CEO or C-level higher ups. Uh, I think there's no strict solution to that. Sometimes you just need to go. You just need to uh, talk with your employees to see what is their opinion, what you can do about it, and then try to maybe find some middle ground. But at the end, with my experience, I thought that it's better to kind of have, if we have like the goal or similar perspective, at least in innovation, that would be a great start.
Yeah, obviously you have a business that is very heavily driven and drawn to the use of technology. And I appreciate the answer because it does kind of form the line between human and technology interaction. My question was also trying to get to how do you select the type of people you like to work with, whether they're within your organization or companies that have personnel that you interact with? Is there something that really draws you to an individual that you want to work with you? whether they're somebody you hire or somebody you actually you are hired by. What would you do to kind of explain the type of people that work with you?
I think I have a like a keen eye for extraordinary people and the people who are smarter than me, that from which can I learn from something. And that's how I met one of the co-founders. He was actually like my mentor on some digital transformation process program. And I was thinking like, wow, this guy must be like 26, 27. He was 19 at the moment,
Oh wow.
with already like business experience. He was going to high school, but he was also working as a consultant in one of the great companies. And that's how I met Philip, and that's how we became friends, not just co-workers. So, and we're kind of a good duo, you know. He's kind of more, I think, introverted, kind of, you know. We both have analytical perspectives, but I think we have certain traits that makes us, you know, together a really like unique team.
It sounds like it's been successful. Sounds like you guys have a little bit of a bounce off each other. So, what would you
Yeah.
suggest? Um, let me ask you this: for somebody starting a business, much like you and Philip did,
Mhm.
what suggestions or what thoughts would you want in their heads as they prepare to start their own business?
Don't start it. I'm kidding. No,
That's not a good answer.
no, that would be an honest answer when people like ask you like, would you start again? Like with
Yeah,
all things you know. So that's a kind of different question, but I like to joke about it. So don't take it seriously. So well, resilience must be one of the factors. I would say also great theme, but you need to have some kind of experience prior to that for you to know who are you recruiting, because most of people will will be blown away if someone is like similar to them, and in business that doesn't mean anything. It's totally like
mm,
it's totally different approach. So if you have like some same interests, that doesn't mean anything in business. And I would say, well, you of course nobody is talking about luck. You need to have a pretty decent amount of luck, because when you see people struggling every day, working maybe some jobs that they're maybe overqualified to, or maybe they're, you know, destined to be something else, but they just like need, you know, money, or they have children, or there is a recession in currently in the world. So yeah, luck is a big part of it.
yeah. But I think what you've illustrated is if you're prepared, and it goes back to that old phrase of luck favors those with the prepared mind. If you're
Definitely.
ready, you're more lucky when you're prepared for the opportunities.
Definitely. No,
You know,
no, I agree. I agree totally
yeah.
with that, because I've never seen so far that some doors would be like totally open for you, you know, to just enter and be like, hey, it's me, guys. Something is on the other side. Every opportunity, everything is waiting for me. That's not how it works. I definitely support that you need to be prepared. Uh, you always need to at least discuss about some meetings if they're really important. Just when you're meeting with people, get to know each other. And yeah, I think, as you said, that luck is a part of that preparedness. But since I'm from the Eastern Europe, I can say that sometimes being prepared, it doesn't mean also anything.
Understood. Understood. Just explain a little bit or walk me through your leadership style. You know, we're
Mhm.
talking about a number of different people that you work with, a number of different people that work with you on the outside. What is the style that makes you so successful?
um, this is something that I learned through the years. Maybe it's patience.
Okay.
I think that you will have definitely, as you say, it's a kind of style. Are you building followers? Are you building someone? Are you building someone that's like a coworker, and sometimes they become friends with you? Or it all depends. But I would say definitely, uh, people, if you're building a product that will be successful or not successful, but definitely part of the future, so you're building a product who is not yet on the market, people have a tendency to always go to the default, meaning what they already know.
Hmm.
So that's where the patience comes in. And there is no better satisfaction when you see some of your ideas coming to life, and then the whole team was like there, and they're feeling that they're part of something new. You know,
I like that.
that what really drives me, especially because we started working with AI. We created an engine for AI that creates a video in 1 hour. So we kind of also pivoted to that discipline. And people were always skeptical about it at the beginning, but then when they saw results, they were like, okay, maybe he's not so full of shit. So
Well, what is the old saying? Just the proof is in the pudding. So if you do something and it absolutely showcases itself to be successful, it's kind of
yeah,
hard to deny your results, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I like the comment of putting together a product that has yet to reach the market, but everybody is always so comfortable with the default until they see what the new product or service can do. And then they want to switch because it provides them with not only value, but probably a much easier, more efficient way of doing what they've always wanted to do. And they never saw that opportunity until it was presented by you. And that's what I love about innovation and bringing a strategy to market, because most people don't understand that there's a problem and a solution. If they never meet, well, then they never get a chance to actually help each other. So what
true.
you're providing is a really innovative way of doing something, and finding ways to it is what most people haven't found yet. But once they get there, it happens, and it's pretty significant. When
Yeah.
you think about the trials and tribulations that you've had building this business and going out and forging your way into where you are now, what would you say were the biggest challenges that maybe perhaps other people can learn from?
Hmm. Great question. There's a lot of, uh, well, uh, I think that you need to get comfortable at some level with loneliness that you get as an entrepreneur who's rising. Uh,
Yeah.
you need sometimes to, I like to say, like one foot on the ground, another foot in the cloud.
Mm.
So you need to have a balance, so to speak, and you need to know yourself better than the most, because then you know when when you have the freedom to express some new ideas, and when you have to be firmly on the ground to give the motivation to others, and also to to find a solution to everyday problems that running a company has. You know, it's
Yeah.
mostly, it's kind of in that way, it's kind of similar to music, because nobody is talking about the stuff that are actually good. You're just solving the problem all the time, and
Yeah.
you sometimes forgot to be humbled by the stuff that are going your way. And
Hmm.
it's always a turmoil, because when you're in it, when you're working, when you're in that storm of a thing that you need to do every day, from marketing, digital marketing, product sales, meetings, you need to take your time, go for a walk, and just breathe, think a little bit, and then go back into the storm.
Well, I like that, just because As you know, facing a storm and charging the storm are two very different things, right? You could know a storm's coming and just let it happen, or you can turn and face the storm, charge right into it, and make a difference for yourself. And I love the idea that you made the comment. Okay. Every day we solve everyday problems and we don't focus on the strength and the growth that we've had since we started this business. And at
Yeah,
some point, you need to absolutely appreciate where you are versus where you've been, regardless of how much more you want. Take a look at what you've actually gained over the period of time and not focus so much on what you haven't accomplished yet. You will get there, but focus on what you've actually done. It's the whole concept of, pay attention to the gain, not necessarily the gap in where you want to be, because you've come a long way. And if you focus so much on where you're not yet, you could get discouraged. And I love the idea that you said, clear your head, walk away for a minute or two, and then
yeah.
come back into the storm and handle it straight on. So good for you. I appreciate that. Something I wanted to ask you,
Mhm.
I like asking this to everybody. If you were to go back and introduce yourself to 18-year-old Dusan, what would you
Mhm.
say to yourself as an 18-year-old?
Hmm. Um, well, I mentioned to be more patient.
Yeah.
I would definitely tell myself that. Um, Sometimes things can just happen or not happen. Sometimes it's not up to you, even though you worked like and give yourself like 200% to something.
Hmm.
And of course that I think every failure can build you up again if you have that mentality, and just keep going.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think this has been a great opportunity to showcase not only what you've done and the style by which you do it, but just introduce the concept of, listen, it may not always go your way, but just because it did doesn't mean you're done. Move forward, keep pushing, change the way you do something. And you know what? If you're persistent, it'll pay off because you have the right determination to move forward. I think it's brilliant.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you very much for being a part of the business spotlight today. And we will see everybody on the next episode. Thank you, Dusan. We will put this up. All your information will be on the description below. So if you have any questions, by all means, click on the links and learn more and more about Too Immersive for You. Thanks so much, guys.
Hey, thank you. It was a great conversation, and thank you, Scott, for the opportunity. Have a great one. Thanks, guys.
Pleasure.